The male of the species is never more helpless than when he is stark naked, damp and shivering from a cold shower, and he discovers that the female of the species has hidden his underclothing. Ellen. Oh, this is when they pretend to be asleep. Don't let them get away with it. Ellen, I'm late for a meeting.
Yes, dear, I heard you.
Then would you mind telling me where you've hidden my undershorts?
Second drawer down, dear, on the left side.
They're always there, aren't they?
Your undershorts are in the second drawer down, left side. Handkerchiefs and ties, first drawer.
Please, Ellen, I'm not interested in a lot of excuses. I got a great deal on my mind. Just tell me where my black socks are.
Third drawer from the top.
My brown shirt.
On a hanger in your closet.
My red necktie.
Draped over the hook behind the bathroom door.
Thank you very much.
Darling, you're going to wear a red tie with a brown shirt?
You never seem to mind a red and brown and green combination on that trick-kneed, butterfingered halfback you used to go with.
Oh, John, that was his football uniform.
Funny how clearly you remember.
John, listen to this. Vice President to pass through Westbury. It was learned through a reliable source.
Miserable soul. Don't you ever put rice grains in this thing?
Oh, I'm sorry, dear. Let me get you another one.
When a man reaches the end of his productive years, when he finally faces the fact that he's a failure, that his career has gone down the drain, the last thing he wants from his wife is an argument at breakfast.
Here you are, dear.
Oh, never mind. I'll be late for my train.
Oh, well, if you miss this one, there's another one in 16 minutes.
They bark right back at you, don't they?
Don't forget, I'm coming into town today. You promised to take me to lunch.
Yes, right.
How about the Ambrose Grill, 12 sharp?
Yeah. Sure.
John.
What is it?
Goodbye.
Forget it. Marriage is on its way out.
There's something immoral about creative men accepting money for being creative and then not creating anything. Now, how does such a thing happen?
We live in difficult times, Hamilton.
You see? Satire. Smart answers about everything that don't mean anything. Here I am giving you the opportunity of a lifetime, an anniversary issue. Do with it what you please. Okay, Phil. What pleases you?
Oh, nothing very inspiring. I'm very easily satisfied.
Thank you. Mr. Williams?
How about devoting the issue to some in-depth studies of Oriental art?
Oh, what's so special about Oriental art?
How do I know? I'm a sports writer.
And what kind of a contribution is that?
I wasn't interested in making a contribution. I was interested in making an impression.
It's very funny. Arthur, why don't we do a commentary on the theater? You know, off-Broadway, on-Broadway.
What's there to say? Everybody's naked. That's it.
All right. Make a statement about that.
Okay. Some of the actors are getting arrested. Some are getting the flu.
I see. When the brain is dry, make little amusing noises to create a diversion, so that maybe I won't notice how miserably you've all failed your responsibilities. John, so far you haven't had very much to say at all.
That's true, Hamilton. And I'll be perfectly honest with you. The atmosphere at my home this past weekend was something less than inspiring.
Now, there's a man I can respect. There is a man that's not afraid to stand up and admit that his wife's attitude makes it absolutely impossible to get any work done at home. And I'm not talking about something that started yesterday. I mean, from the minute I got married, I never...
Easy, Artie. You'll have an attack of some kind.
I'm all right. I'm all right.
I know exactly what you're going through.
If you want to talk about it later, drop by my office.
Thanks, Phil. I appreciate it.
Let's settle down. Now, we got a magazine to think about, so put your personal problems aside.
Hamilton, I've got the theme.
All right, what is it?
We devote the entire issue to marriage.
You're crazy.
No, I'm serious.
I'm not sure I like your attitude.
Well, wait a minute. Let's be fair. Maybe he's found a way to expose it.
What happens to mankind ultimately may very well depend on his last conversation with woman. Now, I propose that the Manhattanite concerns itself with the formulation of a constitution for matrimony, rules for a happy marriage.
That's a contradiction in terms.
The last happy marriage in recorded history was between Othello and Desdemona.
What are you talking about? He strangled her.
That's what I'm talking about.
But I think maybe John's got a good idea.
Oh, shut up. You're not even married.
I'm divorced.
Sure. Rub it in.
I don't know. I think you're making a case about nothing.
No, it is not nothing. I am being perfectly objective when I say that Ellen's strange behavior this past weekend has made it impossible for me to concentrate at all. It's probably the case with most of us. Look how short-tempered you've been all morning.
Me, short-tempered? You must be kidding.
He's right. He's got one of the longest tempers in the business. Sometimes lasts for months.
Hey? You ask for help, or what do you get? Character assassination.
Looking at it from the clinical point of view, didn't your wife upset you just a little bit this morning?
Margaret? Of course not.
Nothing was said at all?
Not a thing. Just another morning. No better, no worse. I came downstairs and Margaret was having a breakfast. And I said, "Good morning."
I don't know what's good about it, not after being kicked all night long.
It wasn't all night long. It was only when you pulled the covers over to your side.
Then you should have said something.
At 3 o'clock in the morning, I'd rather kick than talk.
Funny, you weren't kicking that painted-up Blanche Sugarman last month at the New Year's Eve party.
Now, what the devil has that got to do with what I just said?
Well, it was 3 o'clock in the morning then, wasn't it?
Clever. You got your nose out of joint because Blanche Sugarman makes you look like Charlie's aunt. Now, where's my breakfast?
Cook it yourself. Or maybe Blanche Sugarman would like to be your maid for a change.
Never mind. I'll take a pill instead. Well, you see, it was just like any other morning.
You have just proved my point. Rule number 1. The wife must be cheerful and loving from the moment her husband opens his eyes.
Good rule.
No chance.
The fate of mankind may depend upon it one day. Good morning, dear.
Good morning, my foot.
Huh? What's the matter?
I watched your performance last night at the Officers Club,
What are you talking about?
playing Casanova with that lieutenant's wife, the one with the see-through face, bringing her cheese dips all evening. Aren't you getting a little old for that sort of thing?
I'm in a lot better shape than that flabby Errol Flynn from the Tank Corps that you were getting so gloriously tanked with.
Well, you forced me into it.
Forced your fat Aunt Harriet. I don't have to lie here and have... General Monroe here. What? Enemy troops massing at the wall. Well, what are you waiting for? Open fire and don't call me back till both hemispheres have thrown in the sponge. Got the picture?
No, but I recognize the tone of voice.
Of course you do. However, with the employment of Rule 1, the world would breathe a lot easier. Good morning, dear.
Good morning, you devil.
Had a pretty good time last night, didn't you?
Lovely. You were so cute, taking that lieutenant's wife aside and making her feel right at home.
Was no more than you tried to do for Major Pipsley. And may I say that you two were the handsomest couple on the dance floor. General Monroe here. What? The enemy is massing at the wall. Well, a little lower, please, dear. Let's not lose our poise. A firefight isn't going to ease tensions. Call the State Department, have them get a diplomat on it, and take a memo to the Joint Chiefs of Staff. Dear Joint Chiefs, make love, not war. That's an order.
You know, in his own weird way, John has something. Rules for a happy marriage.
May never work, but at least it's a chance to speak out against tyranny and oppression.
Here, here.
How about a rule for husbands, just to be fair?
Oh, if you're going to be fair about this, I'll have nothing to do with it.
Now, just a minute. Nate has a point. How about this? A husband must try to remember where things are around the house to prevent his wife from developing a superiority complex.
Good. Beautifully devious.
We must prevent scenes, well, like this one that took place at my house this morning, which I will repeat for you verbatim.
Your black socks are behind the undershirts,
How'd you know I was looking for my black socks?
aren't you?
No. Actually, I was looking for my black socks with the red piping.
piping behind the undershirts.
On second thought, I'll wear my rust argyles
In my sewing basket with a hole in them.
and my brown cordovans,
Hall closet.
raincoat,
Golf bag, attic.
harmonica.
Desk, right-hand drawer.
My recording of Kentucky Babe.
Gone, you sat on it.
My high school yearbook.
Under your dictionary.
Baby shoes.
Steamer trunk, attic.
No, the ones with the bells on the shoelaces.
Left drawer, break front, mother.
Shotgun!
John, you wouldn't.
Why not?
What would the neighbors think?
You showed remarkable restraint.
No jury would ever convict.
And she didn't have a moment of remorse.
Goodbye.
Well, I say we're off to a good start.
I've got a good rule, as long as we're going to be brutal about it.
So what's that?
Rule 3 for a happy marriage. Neither party to the sacred union shall put down or disparage or badmouth the other's former girlfriends or beaux, as the case may be.
Yeah, I'll buy that. Retroactively, of course.
You recognize the problem.
Sweetheart slurring? Oh, of course. Very popular around my house.
Well, sir, night before last, we had just come home after an evening of bridge. I was brushing my teeth, and Ruth's mouth was open, too.
Really, Phil, I don't know why you insist on playing bridge and embarrassing yourself all the time.
Bridge is a collaboration, like marriage. In either case, it's unfortunate if one person is dummy all the time.
I'll have you know I was a very good bridge player in college when I had an intelligent partner.
You mean that puny little Ichabod Crane of a library assistant you had your hooks into at Cornell?
At least he had a brain, which is more than I can say for that brunette barracuda you used to date.
Jealousy is eating you alive. Because I had an exotic friend who didn't mind showing a little affection now and then.
For you and the entire Naval ROTC.
There have been many things that I've disliked about you, but pettiness was never one of them.
Well, if you liked her so much, why didn't you marry her instead of me?
I'm a masochist.
You really say that to her?
Would I lie about a thing like that?
That's a moment you can be proud of for the rest of your life.
No question. It's a rotten habit bringing up old lovers.
Absolutely. Helen practically went into hysterics this morning. You never seemed to mind the red, brown, green combination on that trick-kneed, butterfingered halfback you used to go with.
Oh, John. That was his football uniform.
Well, I'm exhausted from the effort. How about lunch?
Yeah, you fellas better hurry, or you'll be running into your coffee break.
Don't be a slave driver, Hamilton. We'll work through lunch.
Well, how will I know?
Come with us.
Yeah, let's go to Cochrane's bar. It'll save time. We can drink the meal.
Great idea.
Good thinking. Fantastic.
I have an uneasy feeling there's something I should be doing now. But it couldn't possibly be as important as making this world a better place for a man to live. Or could it? Rule 4. All right, I'll give you Rule 4. Oh, we don't need menus, O'Malley.
Whatever you want.
Whatever you have.
Whatever you say.
Rule 4. The wife should never insist that her husband dance all the latest dances with her at a party, as this can be injurious to life, limb, and the pursuit of happiness.
New Year's Eve, right? Phyllis and I are out together.
You struck a nerve.
We are attempting to put together the pieces of our shattered lives, trying to face the prospect of a new year together.
Should old acquaintance be forgotten?
Listen, it's almost 12 o'clock. You'd like to try a waltz for a minute?
Oh, Arthur, let yourself go. Try the fruit. What could it hurt to try? I'll take a cup of kindness, yes, for old lang syne, yes.
Listen, all I'm asking is a minute of waltzing so that when they turn the lights off and I go to kiss you, you don't break my nose.
Oh, Arthur, people are staring at us. Try it, won't you?
I don't know how.
That's it. The more. Go, go, go. That's the way. Throw your arms around. Live. Oh, for heaven's sake. Arthur, get a doctor. Get a doctor.
Stand aside. I'm a doctor. Are you in pain?
Constantly, and don't try to save me. Do what you can for her. Introduce her to somebody.
I'll drink to that.
You'll drink to anything.
Anything in general, that in particular.
Rule 5. I got a natural.
I'll drink to that.
When a husband is reading aloud or philosophizing, a wife should sit quietly in her chair, totally attentive, or at least pretend to be interested.
That's a good rule.
It's an insult to be ignored.
It's extremely ill-mannered.
Ignorant.
Yeah, I agree.
Unless it is to the husband's advantage.
Explain yourself, Nick.
It was only a short time ago. Hilda and I were spending a quiet but painful evening at home. Not bad.
Mm-hmm.
This article I did on professional football in this month's issue.
Uh-huh.
I say here, the indomitable will of the modern-day gladiator, his apparent insensitivity to pain, and his uncompromising loyalty to those who stand beside him in battle is a thing to be marveled at.
Uh-huh.
The President of the United States loved it.
Yes, dear.
He also sent regards and said he didn't care for you at all.
Uh-huh.
I said it made no difference because I don't want to live here anymore anyway.
Yes, dear.
So I'm leaving.
Uh-huh.
You can have 50 a week and the older car, agreed?
Certainly, dear.
Goodbye and good luck. Haven't seen her since.
Okay, Rule 5 amended.
I'll drink to that.
He hasn't said anything yet.
I know, but I don't want to break my rhythm.
A wife who is not really listening should not twitter, yes, dear, or certainly, dear, or make other little affirmative noises.
Under most circumstances.
Don't forget I'm coming into town today. You promised to take me to lunch.
Right.
What's the matter, John?
Look, guys, we just about have this thing all wrapped up, and it's 4:30, huh?
So?
So I kind of got to get home. I have a rule about dinner being served on time, and I don't want to set a bad example.
Poor guy. Ellen must put him through sheer torture.
I'll drink to that.
Oh, come on, Phil. How can you drink to something so depressing?
I'm not. I'm drinking to the bright side of the picture.
Like what?
Like he's the one that's got to go home and not us.
School!
Hi there.
You scared me. Aren't you home a bit early?
Here.
What's this for?
It's a peace offering. I know how angry you are with me for forgetting to meet you.
John, don't be silly. I knew you weren't listening this morning.
Huh?
I knew you had a lot on your mind. I shouldn't have brought it up in the first place.
Well, why didn't you tell me you weren't coming?
You know very well you were too busy not paying attention to hear me tell you I wasn't coming.
What would you have done if I had been paying attention and I had been at the restaurant and you hadn't been there?
Well, I would have brought you candy and flowers. What else? I'll put these in some water right away.
If anyone ever finds out the sort of woman that Ellen really is, I'll be fighting the wife stealers off with sticks. Which brings me to my final and most important rule for ensuring a happy marriage. Never, ever tell your wife how good she is. It will only spoil her. She must never know. So just keep your mouth shut. They're not here. Ellen!
Yes, dear.
I can't find my cufflinks.
Top drawer on the right, next to your handkerchiefs.
Just once, I'd like to... Ellen, they're not there.
Joe, I know they're there.
Can't find them.
That's funny.
Believe me, it's all for her own good.